The seventh race is the first we're going to look at. It is the feature of the day, and it is over the 2,400 metres, a rare mile-and-a-half race, but it is a quality one at that, with the Group 3 runners engaged. Columbus County headlines the book out of the Casper Found stable. Zach Purton takes the ride. Russian Emperor, he goes to the 2,400 metres. He did run 7th at the Derby at Epsom prior to arriving. Shafano won this race in 2020. Butterfield goes beyond 2,000 for the first time in Hong Kong. The tongue tie goes on the 7, Ho Ho Khan. We've got the runners out of the Derby in Delightful Lau. Charity Fun and Savaquin have been clashing regularly. The other horse out of the Derby is Packing Waltham. Time to check out the speed map for this race, Tom. And it's over the 2,400 metres. And how does the speed map have them settling?
Well, 2,400 metres, they get a good long run down the straight, Mark, with about 450 metres until the winning post. And I think probably reliable team likely to set up that front-running speed for Derek Lung there. You've got Panfield. A lane-leading star, he's a horse that probably would ideally like to be sort of somewhere behind Butterfield or maybe even Ho Ho Khan. But just from that wide draw, Paul, I think he's probably going to have to slide forward into that sort of position from gate number 6 as they make their way down the straight. But I didn't see Paul too much really making much of a challenge on reliable team.
No, he looks a natural leader, I think, in the race, and we did see him lead all the way over a shorter distance. 24 shouldn't be too much of a problem for him, and that'll ensure that Panfield gets a really nice run just in behind along with Charity Fun.
There is the speed map details from the boys. There is quite a Derby angle in the race, headlined by the place getters, Russian Emperor and Panfield. Edward Sadler was out at track work during the week with his take on the Group 3.
Thank you, Mark. Well, these staying races in Hong Kong over the last few seasons have been dominated by Exultant. But as he gets older, we're looking for the next star stay in Hong Kong racing. And with 4 Derby runners coming into the Queen Mother Memorial Cup, we could get to see that on Sunday. The best performed of the Derby runners, of course, is Douglas White's Russian Emperor.
Yeah, he's been ticking along nicely. He's obviously pulled up well from that race. I thought his trial 10 days ago was pretty encouraging. So he seems to have held his form. I've only just started to understand him, and he started to really understand and start to physically enjoy Hong Kong. His first 2 runs were obviously nowhere near where his fitness level and both mentally and physically were, but I think his last 2 runs where he finished second in both of those, it was there to be seen that he's improving, and he's a lovely horse for the future.
But despite finishing second in the Derby, it's a horse who finished 1 place further back, Panfield, that White believes is the horse to beat. And the former Chilean galloper will be reacquainted with fellow South American Joe Moreira when he lines up on Sunday.
Oh, his chance is great. I'm extremely happy to have him as a ride. I guess if he's not the favourite, he's one of the top 3 favourite, and apparently he's in good shape. I think he's going to deliver his best. I think his run in the Derby was fantastic. With a little bit of more luck, he could have made it even more interesting. He finished off the race. Indicate that if we run another furlong, he could be finishing side by side to the winner, you know? So I think his run in the Derby was fantastic.
Outside of those, it will be fascinating to see how Delightful Lau gets on. He was running home strongly in the Derby at a big price. Packing Waltham also represents the Derby horses. But we could get 2 horses who didn't make it into the Derby that will be displaying what they've got on Sunday in the form of Savaquin and also Charity Fun. Charity Fun beat Savaquin last time out and goes into the race with a lightweight, having won 3 of his last 4 stars. So will it be one of the emerging stars taking out the prize, Mark? Or could it be one of the tried and tested stars likes of Columbus County or Shafano who will take home the prize?
Thank you, Edward. So that's Edward's take on the runners that have come out of the Derby and Charity Fun and Savaquin. Let's have the boys give their take on what happened in the Derby itself. And here they are, the horses we're focusing on. Russian Emperor, who runs in 2nd spot. We've also got in this race Panfield. He's wider on the track. And now Packing Waltham's in the red cap there. He's going to have different colours on Sunday because he'll wear the colours of Shadow Hero, who's just there. He doesn't figure, and Delightful Lau's hidden in behind, Tom. So what did you take of the Derby going forward to the extra 400 metres?
I thought the run of Russian Emperor was super, but the one that encouraged me the most out of the race was Panfield, considering the the run he had in transit from gate number 12, which wasn't ideal. That short run to the first turn, he was pretty much caught wide throughout, but he was staying on really strongly at the end. I thought Russian Emperor got very close to Skyfield, but the one I want to take out of this race, Paul, is Panfield. With that excellent run last time out, there were things against him, and we'll certainly know that he will see out a good, strong 2,400 metres.
Yeah, he has won over the 2,400 metres in Group 1 level before in Chile before he got here. Now, it was, if you ran this derby again with different draws, it would have been a different result. Sky Darcy had the perfect draw, got the perfect run and won the race. But the other two horses had to overcome obstacles, as you mentioned. Panfield drew 10. Russian Emperor just got a little bit too far back. With better runs, I think they're both going to feature in this race.
In this race, Paul, there's Butterfield outside of the leader. Now, Butterfield has won over 2,400 metres. He won a derby in Brazil prior to arriving in Hong Kong. Helene Leading Star is in behind him in those purple and white colours. We've got Columbus County, who'll carry the top weight. Ho Ho Khan, who was the race winner in 2019, and also Shafano, who was the winner in 2020. So that pair guaranteed to run the trip.
Yeah, Shafano's not going very well at the moment, so look, I haven't really entertained him. Columbus County, he's got to carry the big weight. That's the key, if he can carry 133 for him. And Ho Ho Khan, look, he's definitely the right distance for him. Just that the 4-year-olds just come into this race a lot better off at the weights and have got a good record in the race.
Yeah, I think they do as well. The one I'd be certainly taking out of this would be Columbus County. I couldn't quite sneak in Ho Ho Khan, but I think Columbus County sort of going well enough to give this a shake. When he's had his only chance over 2,400 metres in the past, he has run well. You can see he was attacking the line here behind Glorious Dragon. And of course, Ho Ho Khan, Paul, is a previous winner of this race, but that was his last win, and it was nearly 730 days ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. They don't get a chance to run over the 2,400 metres often here in Hong Kong, and that's obviously his pet distance.
Glorious Dragon running in the QE2 Cup last weekend. Promising gallopers here. Charity Fun, the further he goes over, the better he looks. Also out of this race comes Savaquin Tom and the Speed Angle with Reliable Team. There he is there going forward as we pick up the replay. Yeah,
so he's going to slide forward and he might get an uncontested lead here. And sometimes he can be dangerous when he gets that uncontested lead in front. You can see him pushing forward here at Happy Valley on this occasion for Reliable Team. Derek Long to take up the ride there. He's drawn gate number 8. He shouldn't find too much opposition for the lead. Outside of that, we know Savaquin's been in good form, Paul, with a good last start win, and well, Charity Fun in the race. He's been going super, this horse. Wins have been impressive when he's been able to win. Of course, he missed out a couple of runs ago and then missed out getting into the derby, but it was a very good effort from him last time out.
Yeah, look, he's won 3 of 5. Now, the first run he wasn't quite ready and he ran a really good 4th, and the one he failed on, they did a quick backup trying to get into the derby. It was all a little bit too rushed for him, and he backed up within a week. It didn't work. They've taken their time with him since. He's come back and won, very impressive, and he does come in really well at the weights.
And you can further emphasise Charity Fun here, Paul, on his track work. You've been keeping a close eye on that.
Yeah, so I can show you this Charity Fun. He's on the far side now. Butterfield, his stablemate's in the race as well, so I thought it was worth it to highlight, because the two of them galloped together here on the 25th of April. It was a nice, quiet gallop. They're both very fit horses. Butterfield was a winner 2 starts ago. Then they had this one down the back straight, and you can see them having a nice little stretch out here. Butterfield was leading out Charity Fun, but Charity Fun was going really nicely in behind, and look, the horse is cherry ripe going into this race. There's no problem, and 2,400 metres looks ideal.
Now, the Derby third place getter, Panfield, who we saw not too long ago, he's been back at the trials and he had a spin around on the all-weather. He was taken back in that trial. It was over 1,200 metres, Paul, and the further they went, the better he looked.
It was a super trial from this. I can look. The horse has got the perfect draw here in barrier number 3 with Joe Moreira aboard, and you can see in this trial here he's back. He's not pushed it at all, and he just weaves his way through the field, gets into the clear. You can see just being angled out here by Joe, and once he gets into the clear, he's not moved upon. His arms are stationless, as you can see, and he hits the line really well. So it was a really nice trial, and you can just see that little turn of foot without putting too much pressure on him, Tom. It was a good trial from him, I thought.
Certainly was, just like the way he got to the line there really solidly over the final stage. You could see he was really travelling nicely coming towards the home turn there, and he'll stay all day, 2,400 metres, perfect draw. I think he's going to be tough to beat.
And he's on top for both of you boys.
Yeah, look, I've got him on top, Panfield. I think from barrier 3, he's going to get the first run on Russian Emperor. He's my third selection in between Charity Fun. Now, he comes in really well at the weights. He's only going to carry 113. He might be a little bit overweight from Alexei Bedell aboard, but still a really good weight from him. Panfield 121, Russian Emperor 124. So they met at level weights last time, and Panfield's got a 3-pound pull. So 6 to beat the 10, the 2. And look, I'm going to give Savaquin a chance as well. So I'm going for the 4 4-year-olds here, 6, 10, 2 11. Savaquin backs up and trip, but by Savabeel shouldn't be a problem.
I'm happy to stand him out on the meeting, Panfield. If any price like 6.9 comes up, I think that'll be terrific value there for Panfield, Joe Moreira, Tony Millard. Charity Fund's certainly one of the main dangers in the race, the way he's been racing, winning 3 of his last 4. Columbus County, he'll be there, I think, somewhere at the end. He's just got that big weight of 133 pounds to lug round, but he was making ground last time out in Russian. And you can probably even make place chances, I think, certainly as Paul mentioned, for Savaquin. I'd even be tempted to have a look at, for other exotics, maybe even throwing in Ho Khan on a wider ticket, but 6, 10, 1 and 2, happy to stand out Panfield.
It is the boys with Panfield both on top. That's our take on the Group 3 Queen Mother Memorial Cup, the first of 2 races we preview here on Racing to Win.